Breaking news, San Francisco. They might have bees. We don't know. Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Storgy Stories. I'm Anthony.
I am Daddy. This week we're going someplace where we've been before. We got a little bit of expertise with our planning for a future trip because we're going back for a Brewers-Giants game, right?
Yeah.
Where are we taking people to this weekend, next week?
San Francisco, right on the Pacific Ocean, a great city, and a very healthy city. So if you love vegetables,
that's for next week for our restaurant episode. But this week we're talking about the top 5 things. That's why we call this the game plan. Planning each of our top 5 things for things that we want to do. In our case, when we go back to San Francisco, and you can use these travel tips as well for when you head to that great city by the bay. And your first pick actually literally has to do with San Francisco Bay.
Yes, so my first pick is the Aquarium of the Bay. You can actually go under the surface of the bay, which is kind of cool, and it's like through like glass walkways. You can see sharks, and I actually
Sharks?
Yeah.
Sharks?
But you can actually go pretty deep. You can go, I was reading on their website, you can go into a pretty, like, shallow, not super deep, and then you can go, like, I think it's somewhat near Alcatraz.
Yes.
You can go all the way out there.
Look at that, what you can see in the Alcatraz tunnel.
Sharks, rays, sturgeons, and a whole bunch of other fish that are in the bay.
All these different species.
Yes. And then in other exhibits, in areas like under the bay, which is pretty near shore, they have like shark pups, octopuses, mud flats. I have no idea what those are.
They're not something you stick in your pickup truck.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular rumors, we will not be bringing fishing line. We will not be bringing fishing poles and trying to catch this stuff. No.
Yeah.
No. Your number 2 stays on the theme of wildlife and takes you to one of the great parks in America on the western part of San Francisco. It is
the California Academy of Sciences. It has an aquarium, a planetarium, and a 4-story mini rainforest. That's crazy.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, it has sharks, stingrays, penguins, parrots, snapping turtles, snakes, and then alligators, and a whole bunch of other animals.
An albino alligator?
I don't even know.
It's a white alligator.
Yeah, it's a white alligator. That's what I saw. Except it's like half white, half cream, kind of like
crazy.
That. Yeah. A venom area which has scorpions, spiders, fish, and I think bees. They didn't list everything that they had.
Bees with venom?
But it looked like, well, kind of like they sting.
But these are probably more poisonous.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like a bee, but they didn't say. So I don't know what their problem is.
Nice.
Breaking news, San Francisco. They might have bees. We don't know.
For number 3 for you, little buddy, we are going to yet another park, Golden Gate National Recreation Area, right in that particular area, the Presidio, San Francisco. We found a pretty new museum with a pretty interesting topic that you love. The
Walt Disney Family Museum. So I am a big Disney Pixar fan. Cars. I have a big collection of them down here, which you can't see because the Brewers flag is covering it up. But it was converted in 2014 from soldier homes,
army barracks,
to a museum honoring Walt Disney and his families. They have just stuff about his early life, him moving to Hollywood, animated films.
Yeah, like some of the really old ones, like Snow White, Cinderella.
Yeah, the development of these parks that you all have. If you're in the U.S., you've probably been to Disneyland and Disney World in the Orlando area, right by where I want to go more than Disney, which is the ESPN Wild World of Sports. And, and then Disneyland has Cars Land, which is awesome. California Adventure, and it's not that far away from Angel Stadium.
Not at all. In fact, it's probably just a mile away.
Yeah.
I know you really want to get to Disneyland to see that Cars exhibit. That's in our Los Angeles and Anaheim picks, which we will stick somewhere in this neck of the woods of the video.
And they have a lot of different exhibits, but what I really want to see isn't an exhibit, but it's a mini replica of Disney World.
Number 4 is a hop, skip, and a jump from that Walt Disney Family Museum. And it's someplace we've been to before. You might remember it from our 2019 Brewers road trip.
The Golden Gate Bridge. Just watch. I have my hands. I have touched this. We got San Francisco over there, Alcatraz Island over there, and the Pacific Ocean right over there.
Yeah, kid, not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. Finally, number 5, we're going clear to the other side of town within the city of San Francisco, and it's the very reason we're going back to San Francisco someday to see the Milwaukee Brewers, our team, take on the San Francisco Giants in
Oracle Park. We've been there, so it's a nice stadium. We've been to the pro shop. My mom loves her Buster Posey shirt. But this place has a giant Coca-Cola bottle.
That Coca-Cola bottle, where's that located?
It is located in left center field, and then one really cool thing they have is they have a little streetcar or cable car where you can eat, and that's behind. They have a net that's over this restaurant where they pick food right in front of you that you're about to eat. So you say, I want the sandwich with this veggie, this veggie, and this veggie, and they'll handpick it right in front of you, give it to you.
There's also a pretty good home run target along the right side, the right field side of the stadium. Isn't it kind of like this little water thing?
McCovey Cove, right off the bay. We went there, so watch. The world famous McCovey Cove.
The home run target to end all home run targets.
This is just crazy. I've seen it so much on TV. There's some balls at the bottom of the cove right now. I can guarantee you that one. Oh, one other feature. I was like totally blanking on this. Triples Alley. It's like a really weird configuration that like it's like boom, 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 or backwards. You're probably watching.
It's random.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But it's what creates so much offense, especially for a lot of games there. And that target, Triples Alley, as well as the home run target, are some of the unique features, as well as maybe arguably the best view from the seats in all of Major League Baseball.
Yes.
Arguably.
Right behind home plate, you can just look out right into the bay.
San Francisco Bay, just beautiful. Just beautiful.
Oh, and the Coca-Cola bottle is a slide. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, that's
you can
right.
Go down it. So if you ever are in Oracle Park, just go down the slide. It would probably be pretty scary because it's pretty tall. But
nice. Now, those are your top 5. I got my own here.
Yeah. So your number 1 is?
It is in Chinatown, a place that we had a chance to venture to during our last trip, but we missed this spot, and I want to go back just for this. It is the Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Factory.
Yes, I love fortune cookies.
This kid is, I wouldn't say addicted to them, but every time we go out for Chinese food,
I have to have one.
it's like you have to have them before you even eat any of the rest of the food. And this place has been around for almost 60 years, making fortune cookies, all of them by hand. Now, that gets a little different, though. You ever had a chocolate fortune cookie? Mm-mm. You ever had a strawberry or a green tea fortune cookie?
No, but can we switch that for all you Southerners out there? Can we switch that green tea to sweet tea?
We will have to ask to see if they have that flavor. But it takes you through the entire process of what they do to make these fortune cookies, and you can buy like a bag full or more.
I want a whole day's worth of their stuff.
This is something you can't miss. They make 10,000 fortune cookies every day.
So if I was buying a day's worth, I'd have fortune cookies. If I have one every day, 10,000 days, that's how many years?
That's about 28 years.
Yeah, so maybe I should do that.
Nice. That'll get you through until at least when you start having kids.
Yeah.
Number 2, we almost went to this place.
We did.
It is Lombard Street. Now, this is a street that goes all the way across San Francisco, but there's one particular block. It is a ridiculously steep uphill climb, and it's a drive.
We walked past it? I don't remember.
I believe we walked past it. It's the world's windiest street. It's like almost a 45-degree angle up. And I don't necessarily know if you want to climb all those steps. I want to do it because I want the workout. Because if I get that workout, then I know I can get all that Chinese food in Chinatown and I won't feel guilty. Number 3, check out this place. You've heard of Golden Gate Park, right?
Of course, yeah.
It was right in the neighborhood, right by Golden Gate Park. And look at this little buddy. It's a football stadium.
Yep, Kezar Stadium.
Where the Green Bay Packers played. Back in the 1950s and 1960s, little guy.
It wasn't their home stadium, though. Let me make sure that was...
It was the home stadium of the 49ers. Every year, seemingly, in the 50s and 60s, the Packers would always end their season with a West Coast trip.
Aww.
Where they would always go to either LA or San Francisco in the last 2 games, or switcheroo. So they'd always be getting great weather, not playing in Lambeau Field in the snow, unfortunately.
That's amazing.
And the number of times they clinched conference titles on the West Coast, especially during the Vince Lombardi years, I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And trust me, San Francisco is a great city to be in December. Now, this was a 50,000-seat stadium at the time.
How many now?
It's about 10,000.
Okay, so it could host a high school game or maybe a...
And it does. You know what else it can host, though? A pickup game, a catcher football with some friends that we can play because there's public access.
Oh, cool.
We could play a pickup game where football legends play. Number 4 is another place that you...
I loved it.
There is so much stuff at this place, but we only needed to go there for one reason and one reason only. It is...
Pier 39.
What did you love about it?
Sea lions. Goodbye.
Watch. Not a bad way to spend an afternoon.
It looks like a bear.
Capability to see natural wildlife and a natural habitat formed from just a bunch of crates that are like sort of lying like right on the surface of San Francisco Bay, and see all these sea lions right there. Just amazing.
And how did they get there?
It's because of the San Francisco earthquake. You know the story, right?
Was it the 89 one?
1989.
Yes. So wasn't it that their homes got like moved?
Basically, the earthquake took away their natural habitat because of the damage that it caused, and they needed to find a place. So they started just swimming right to San Francisco Bay, and there's this big, huge pier, Pier 39, where they have all these other attractions like shopping. You've got that aquarium that you talked about earlier, the Aquarium of the Bay. It's right there.
Carousels.
A whole bunch of different fun stuff. And all of a sudden, they just showed up every day just to hang out. Number 5, we're heading back to Chinatown, but not for food. It is a spot that is really about trying to expose you and teach you about different religions of the world. It's a place called
Tin Hau Temple.
The oldest Catholic church in the United States is on the Marquette University campus, right smack dab here in Milwaukee. It is.
Yep. The St. John Art Chapel.
The oldest Buddhist temple in America is in Chinatown. It is right smack dab between all these different Chinese restaurants. It's in an upstairs area of this one very old building, but it's the oldest Buddhist temple in the United States. Sadly, if we go, we would not be allowed to film in there.
Really?
Because it is a place of religion, a place of faith, of spirituality. They have the policy that will be about trying just to make sure to respect people there, which I totally get. But I think we definitely ought to go in, because I think it's something to show you just how other people around the world understand their faith.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic experience just to take in, to help you grow, help you understand more about the world. And this is a really cool place to check that out. When we're in Chinatown, though, when we're near Pier 39, when we're in all these different spaces, you don't just go around and do stuff. You got to refuel your system. So what are we going to show you next week?
Top each of our top 5 restaurants in San Francisco, not the Bay Area, because we already went to Oakland. Go check out our videos from there.
Right up here. Some more up here.
San Francisco.
What should people do to check out more content that we provide them here on Swordsy Stories?
Like, subscribe, hit the bell, ding, ding, ding,
ding, ding, ding,
share, and comment. Comment question of the video. Let's do, what are your favorite attractions in San Francisco if you've been there, and where do you want to go?
What is either the silliest or the coolest fortune cookie message you've ever received?
Yeah, that's probably a good one.
For my crazy fortune cookie fan, little buddy, I'm Daddy. Can you give us a Bob Uecker style see it?
So long from Swordsy Story Studios in Milwaukee.
Bye-bye.